Why do so many smart, educated people struggle financially? It's a question that confuses many, but the answer lies in a critical distinction between being smart and being financially successful. Did you know that despite their high income, 67% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck? And many of those are highly educated professionals. It's not just about how much you earn, but how you think about money. In today's video, we're diving into the psychology behind why most people stay poor, even though they're capable of so much more. So if you're ready to challenge your mindset and start thinking differently about money, stick around. The intelligence paradox: why being smart doesn't equal wealth. Let's start with a hard truth. Intelligence doesn't automatically translate into wealth. It's a fascinating paradox that's been seen in many walks of life. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, and MBAs, people who have spent years in school, have impressive credentials, and earn high incomes, often struggle financially. Meanwhile, entrepreneurs and individuals with far less formal education are building multi-million-dollar businesses. So why does this happen? The answer lies in financial intelligence versus academic intelligence. Academic intelligence is all about memorization, structure, and solving problems within established frameworks. But when it comes to financial success, the game is different. Wealth isn't just about knowing facts or solving problems within a textbook. It's about understanding how money works on a psychological level, recognizing opportunities, managing risks, and most importantly, making decisions in the face of uncertainty. The fundamental difference is that academic intelligence focuses on security and risk avoidance. It's about finding the right answer and minimizing failure. Financial intelligence, on the other hand, embraces uncertainty and risk and understands that failure is simply feedback, not a final verdict on your ability to succeed. Psychological traps that keep smart people: poor analysis paralysis, overthinking to inaction. One of the most common traps that smart people fall into is analysis paralysis. Smart people, especially those with a high degree of formal education, often feel that they need to know everything before they make a decision. They overanalyze investment opportunities, create complex spreadsheets, and try to predict every variable. The result? They do nothing. Here's the issue: financial markets are inherently uncertain. If you wait until you have 100% certainty, you'll never make a move. The market won't wait for you to feel ready. Take the example of a highly educated individual, say a software engineer, who spends months researching a real estate investment. They analyze cap rates, study economic forecasts, and look at every possible variable. By the time they feel ready to buy, the property prices have increased and the opportunity has passed. Meanwhile, someone with a more entrepreneurial mindset, who has less formal education, might see the same opportunity, make a quick decision, and buy the property before prices rise. They didn't wait for certainty, they just acted. The lesson here is clear: action is more important than perfect knowledge. While being informed is crucial, wealth is built on taking calculated risks, making decisions, and adjusting as you go. The wealthy understand that they can't predict the future, but they can make moves today that will put them ahead tomorrow. Perfectionism, the killer of progress. Another major psychological block for the educated is perfectionism. Many people with advanced degrees have been trained to believe that failure is unacceptable. School systems reward students for getting everything right, and any mistake is seen as a sign of incompetence. This mentality can be incredibly limiting when it comes to building wealth. Wealthy individuals know that mistakes are part of the learning process. They don't let fear of failure hold them back. Instead, they embrace it. They understand that progress is made through trial and error, and they keep moving forward, making adjustments along the way. Think about an entrepreneur who starts a business. They may have a poor first product or make some costly mistakes early on, but they learn from those mistakes, refine their process, and keep improving. In contrast, a perfectionist might wait for the perfect business idea or the perfect investment, only to never start at all. Perfectionism often results in inaction, and in the world of wealth building, inaction means missed opportunities. The wealthy understand that perfection is the enemy of progress. They take imperfect action and learn as they go, understanding that the more they do, the more they learn, and the better they get at making money. Overconfidence in complex strategies. Intelligence, when paired with overconfidence, can lead to playing with complex strategies that often backfire. Many smart individuals believe that they need sophisticated systems or exotic financial tools to build wealth. They invest in high-risk, high-reward strategies like day trading, derivatives, or complex business models that they think will make them rich quickly. The reality? These strategies are often dangerous, especially for people who aren't financially literate. The real wealthy typically stick to simple, proven strategies. They know that buying quality assets and focusing on cash flow is a much safer bet than trying to outsmart the market. When it comes to investing, simplicity wins. Wealthy individuals invest in what they understand, buy real estate, and focus on long-term growth. They are not trying to outsmart the market. They know it's a marathon, not a sprint. Neglecting financial fundamentals. Another huge mistake that people make is neglecting basic financial principles. It's ironic that individuals with advanced degrees often lack basic financial knowledge. They know how to solve complex equations, but struggle with concepts like budgeting, cash flow management, and understanding debt leverage. Many high-income owners fall into the trap of believing that earning more money equals building wealth. But without managing that money effectively, they remain trapped in a cycle of high income and high spending, always living paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much they earn. Wealthy individuals know the importance of managing money wisely. They live below their means, focus on assets, and make sure to put money to work through investments. High earners, on the other hand, often prioritize consumption and end up with little savings. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how well you manage what you earn. Emotional decision-making. Another trap that even smart people fall into is emotional decision-making. Money triggers deep emotions: fear, greed, pride, and insecurity. These emotions often drive people to make impulsive purchases, panic during market downturns, or chase after the latest financial trend. The wealthy, however, have mastered emotional regulation when it comes to money. They understand that emotions like fear and greed often cloud judgment and lead to poor financial decisions. They don't let short-term emotions influence their long-term wealth-building strategy. Emotional intelligence and financial decision-making. The wealthy develop emotional intelligence around money. They recognize when emotions are clouding their judgment and take steps to ensure their decisions are grounded in logic and long-term thinking. This ability to separate emotions from financial decisions allows them to make smarter, more rational moves that pay off over time. This doesn't mean they don't experience fear or anxiety about their investments. It just means they understand how to manage those emotions and not let them dictate their actions. Rewiring your wealth psychology. Practical steps to take. So, how do you break free from these psychological traps? The key is to shift your mindset. This isn't something that happens overnight. But with consistent practice, you can start to retrain your brain for wealth building. Start by making small decisions quickly. Instead of overanalyzing every investment or opportunity, set a deadline for yourself and make the best decision you can with the information you have. You'll start to feel more comfortable with uncertainty and will begin taking action faster. Another key step is embracing failure. Instead of fearing mistakes, start viewing them as opportunities to learn. Wealthy individuals make mistakes, but they don't see them as failures. They use those mistakes to adjust their strategies and get closer to their goals. Finally, develop emotional awareness. Pay attention to how you feel when making financial decisions. Notice if fear, excitement, or anxiety is influencing your choices. Being aware of your emotions allows you to make more rational decisions, even when faced with uncertainty. Building wealth isn't just about being smart. It's about developing the right mindset. It's about overcoming psychological traps like perfectionism, overconfidence, and analysis paralysis. The wealthy aren't necessarily the smartest. They just have the emotional intelligence and habits that allow them to make smarter financial decisions. If you're ready to shift your mindset and start building wealth the smart way, hit like, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more tips on wealth building. Let's work together to change your financial future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.